And I think I saw some things at maybe theater, probably some were rep theaters.
Mm-hmm.
Blackbird.
What was Blackbird about?
I don't know.
Well, why don't you know what it was about?
Because I wasn't allowed to see it since it wasn't for kids.
Like years ago, when I was a kid, my dad was called upon to provide little breakable statuettes and things for an Omaha Playhouse production of Sleuth. They said they had a hard time breaking them because they would break when they wanted them to. So I looked at, hey, why don't you break them ahead of time and then put them together?
Nice.
And they did, and that worked. So.
And this is why he's the prop master of the world.
So.
You know, I don't remember exactly which grade. It would have been probably back in about 3rd or 4th grade. Something like, you know, Goldilocks and Three Bears or something.
Were there a lot of like cast parties that might have affected your memory, John?
The first recollection I had is seeing Oliver Twist with my dad in Chicago. When I was probably maybe, I grew up in rural Iowa, so probably when I was maybe 10 or so, 11.
Acting in it. I was cast very young, well, I was about 10, in a local. The show was called Nobody Loves a Dragon. It was written by a guy out of New York, and he came and directed the show.
Wow.
What did you play? I played a prince.
I think I just went to something that the high school put on, probably. And then I was in a pit orchestra for so that was more my experience. You got to see the program and watch it be produced, which I enjoy.
And my son was in Footlighters, I think, when he was 6 or 7, and he was in a couple of things, and Patty Mott asked if he would be in Life with Father, so he was the youngest son in that, and I was a maid. So I was going to have to take him just, you know, to rehearsals, whatever, so.
It would have been The King and I when I was in 4th grade, I think.
My very first play, actually, I played something called a space dwarf in a takeoff of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and the night of opening night, I'm like 6 years old, they decided that I needed to have hair stick straight up.
When I was little, my grandmother taking me to Phantom of the Opera, and that's kind of what it is.
I've been doing theater since I was like 8 years old, and it was something I saw my sister do in high school. She's 10 years older than me, and she actually made me audition for Sound of Music when I was like 7 years old.
Oh, wow.
And I got called back for Gretel, but I didn't get in. But then after that, it kind of just bit me. And
it's a cold business,
yeah,
is what it is.
It really is. A 7-year-old girl being rejected. It's not a good thing. But I've been doing it ever since.
Clue number 6. What show did Dreamwell produce in May of 2000? That's the year 2000, as in Y2K.